Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm Neil at Italia Auto Parts, and this is the start of the Fiat Coupe 20 valve turbo restoration. So, customer has kindly provided me with some work to restore his Fiat Coupe. He's okayed me to film a full series of videos on it. So hopefully we're going to have some interesting content on this one. It's a 20 valve turbo. It's one of the late additions on a V-plate, so it's very rare with an unusual spec'd cloth interior on a 20 valve turbo, which I didn't think happened very often. So what we're going to be doing in this video is going through the car top to bottom, seeing what needs doing, what needs replacing, and then in the next few episodes we're going to crack on with the mechanics to get it mechanically sound first, and then we're going to move on to sorting all the rust and bodywork issues out. Straight from the off, you can see the front bumper is missing the lower bit of valance, so we'll have a further look at that up on the ramp at what damage has been caused. Bonnet, oh well, the whole car needs painting, so we'll just assume everything needs doing. We've got a faded badge, discoloured headlights, dent in the front bumper, a little bit of rust coming through here. Here isn't too bad, I can feel a little bit of rust under there. So when we go open the bonnet, we'll have another look at that later. Again, yeah, can feel and can see some rust coming through there, so we'll have a look at that when it's on the ramp. Wheels look okay, not too much curbing. Dents-wise, not too bad. We've got a couple of car park dents, mainly in the door. The rear quarter isn't too bad. Some large chips on the roof. It's been painted at some point because you can see some remnants of paint there. So the roof isn't too bad. A little bit of rust coming through there. That needs repolishing up, but I can get that done a few doors away, so that'll look like brand new. Lots of lacquer peel on there. The rear lights are not too bad. They will be coming out when it's painted. I'll probably leave the light rings in because they are notoriously a pain to get out. Need a rear Fiat badge if you can still get them easily. The rear bumper needs painting, we have some marks on it. Rear screen's okay. Rear wipers a little bit faded and a little bit rusty. Door hands are a little bit faded, but we might be able to bring those back to life. Some rust down the bottom, but we'll check all that out once it's on the ramp. The passenger side of the car for dents is pretty good actually. I can't see too many. Is that a little dent there? I do believe it may be. Let's check the other side. Yeah, we've got a dent there. So that's going to want pulling out a little bit. I didn't see that until just actually. Wing mirrors are going to want masking off and painting. I think probably take them apart. The problem I found when I repainted my Fiat Coupe, the red one, I'll put a link at the end of the video so you can watch that, was these wing mirrors didn't want to come apart, and they actually broke taking them apart. So what I'll probably do with this one is mask it all up, retreat the plastic there to get it back into a nice black colour, and that should be good to go. I'll need some wiper blades on them because they are past it. Onto the old interior now. Cloth interior I thought very weird for such a late sort of model car, but I'm sure some people who knows more about the options when these were new can tell me why it's got a cloth interior on a 20 valve turbo. It's got the start button on it as well, which is confusing the heck out of me every time I go to start it. I think it's got a flat battery, and then I realise, oh no, you've got to push the start button. So all clean and tidy on the inside. It's done 100,000 miles. The centre console is in pretty good condition. It is going to need a radio. And some cobwebs cleaning out. We've got a little bit of headlining falling down. It starts and sounds okay. Not going to run it for long because there is a hole in the radiator. And it also needs a cam belt. It's got aircon as well, so it's going to want a new aircon rad as well. So I'm going to have to try and find one of those from somewhere. I wonder if they do use similar ones on the GTVs or old 156s of the same era. So right, let's get it on the ramp now and we shall see how bad it is underneath. Now, you can see here that the front of the car has sustained a little bit of a bump. It looks like something with a tow bar, I'd say, has probably reversed into it. Because you can see sort of a tow bar shaped hole there. The problem we're having is they don't make sort of pattern part radiators for the 20 valve turbo, or that I can't find one anyway. So I'm in need of a AC fan, a cooling radiator and a radiator support. So I need to have a look online for those and see what I can get used or new. I've already got a new front bumper in, or a used front bumper, so that's no issue there. Let's look over the rest of the underside now. We've got a little bit of rust forming here, but you know, it's just crusty, it's not that bad. It's been hit there as well, so that's a little bit out of shape. The AC pipes are still intact. Exhaust front pipe's rusting. I think there's a little pinhole there, so it's going to need a new exhaust front pipe. Hopefully that turbo pipe's okay there. We'll find out more when we strip it down. Front subframe has some rust spots, but nothing major at all. That's perfectly salvageable. The wishbones look a little bit past it, so do the brake discs. Drive shaft is okay. From what I can see of the suspension here, I will look at that in a minute. Rust on the floor pan. Initial thoughts, it doesn't look too bad. Some very slight surface rust starting in a few small areas there, and a few light bits along here. A few bits here and here and here, but again, nothing major, so I'm quite glad that the floor pan is okay. The rear subframe is quite nasty. It's mainly the paint coating which has come off it, I'm thinking, but yet it is quite crusty as well. We'll see what the customer wants to do with that. I'm sure he's going to be watching this video, so we will see and let me know what he wants to do with the rear subframe. Rear shockers, I would say, are a definite replacement because of how rusty they are. All the same on this side, as you can see, it's just peeling back. I don't know how long it's been sitting for, but I would say it's a few years. We're going to want rear springs as well. Shocker on this side again. The exhaust looks like it's about to break there, and it is. So we're going to want an exhaust as well, a complete exhaust, I'd say. The only thing salvageable is going to be the catalytic converter, but I would definitely say the nuts and bolts are going to snap when it comes to taking it off. So we're going to want a front pipe, middle section, or is it one complete section? It's one complete section from the middle back. Fuel tank straps are also a common problem for snapping. And here we go, we have one broken fuel tank strap. So we're going to have to get probably another one of those made up, because I can see them not being available. So overall, the underside isn't too bad at all. I'm actually quite pleased with that. The customer should be very pleased that I don't have to do any rust repairs, or many rust repairs. I imagine it's going to go through there, but we shall see. Brake pipes now. Some corrosion there, so we may want to get some new brake pipes on there. We'll make some up. Yeah, same here. That brake pipe isn't much longer for this world. Now let's have a look at what we can see on the arches and the steering and suspension. Front shockers and springs look okay. It has had some rust treatment under the front arches by the look of it, because it's all black. We do have some rust down there, but that's hopefully just minor, and a little bit there as well. Tyres cracking all along the sidewall, so we're going to want some new tyres. Brake discs are corroded, so we're going to want to get some new ones. Oh, we might get away with the front discs and pads, to be honest. I'll have a word with the customer and see what he wants to do with those. They look as though they might be salvageable. Let's have a look from the back. Yeah, they might be salvageable. I think there's better money spent elsewhere than front discs and pads at the moment. Oh yes, this tyre definitely needs changing. It's definitely seen a better life. The brake discs look as though they're salvageable. The pads, if you can get in to see it, probably about 30% left. Next wheel. Yeah, again, tyre's no good. We should be able to do something with those brake discs. Just a little bit of use and they should be fine. So that'll save the customer some money. It's all an arch liner there, so you can't see. We have got a little friend underneath here. Final tyre and arch. More cracking in the sidewalls. This brake disc is a little bit more rusty. So again, let the customer decide on what he wants to do on those. Spring and shocker looks okay. Initial thoughts are that may have been painted, as it is rusty from behind. Rust again towards the bottom there. A little bit of rust up there behind that. We'll probably take the arch liners out when it gets painted anyway. So overall, the underside of the car isn't too bad. We should be able to salvage the discs and pads, which is quite good, but we do need 4 new tyres all round and some new suspension components like wishbones, and I'm going to get sun in my eyes. And some rear shockers. Front shockers look as though they'll be okay, but we'll see once we take the wheels off. So let's have a look around the bodywork now and see what needs doing rust repairs wise. This lower part of the wing is salvageable. Salvageable seems to be my new favourite word of the day. No holes come through, so that's hopefully just surface rust. And again, all underneath, but that will take some work to do. It's going to want lots of sanding. This looks quite bad. Still solid. It's being in such a tight space, that's going to be quite awkward to get rid of the rust. So hopefully a wire wheel can get in there and enable better coverage. Hopefully that hasn't expanded too much. It has expanded a little bit either side, so we may want some rust repairs behind there, a little bit of welding maybe. Rest of the rear arch, surface rust really. I can't feel too much here. It's expanding on the inside as well. So that's going to be quite difficult to get rid of. Lower rear bumper, no extra holes cut for the exhaust. A little bit of damage here, but that little bit of filler will sort that out. This arch isn't too bad, it's just here again. It's not gone through. A little bit on the corner here. There you go, you got a little hole coming there, look. So we'll want a little bit of a clean that up and weld a small patch on it. And the last one, again this side isn't too bad, there's only light surface rust on the wings, but they will be coming off to get painted anyway. Now let's go under the bonnet. Will it stay up? Will it stay up? Yes! It stays up under its own power. Right, initially I can see plenty of rust here. Repairable, I don't know, without welding. Oh yeah, that's very crusty there, so might have to see if we can get a better bonnet. So onto the engine. The customer has told me that the alternator has seized, so while the radiator and everything's out, we can put a new alternator on it and a new alternator belt. I know that they are a really fun task to put a new alternator belt on these because it's very, very tight. We're going to need to put a new cam belt and water pump on it. But as you can see, and I think I said in my last video, there's not much room to do these. So you do have to wiggle the engine about in the bay quite substantially to get everything off. The suspension turrets don't have any rust on top of them. Just plenty of dead spiders and cobwebs. It's going to want a full service. Is that a rust hole there? Yes, it is. So we may want to look at getting a front panel on it. Again, up to the customer what he wants to do with that. But yeah, we'll give it a full service, cam belt, water pump, brake fluid, power steering fluid. And it should be good to go. It does run now. I haven't run it for very long because there's a massive hole in the radiator. So we definitely don't want to cause any more problems. So yeah, other than that, it shouldn't be too bad, all in the engine bay. So guys, that is the Fiat Coupe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think it's a good contender for restoration. The owner has obviously got some sentimental value with it, but these are getting rare now, so every single one of them's worth saving. It's not too far gone in the rust department, but we will find out more once we strip it all down in a few weeks, months' time. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and give a comment in the bottom. Let me know what you think of this project, and I shall see you in the next video.